It's the meta-human Martian, sucker-free son B. You're now watching For the Culture TV. You know what time it is, and I had to bring a special guest today, man. Everybody give it up for my man Cityy Towers one time. You heard?
Hold
up, hold up.
You know what I mean? I battle real big. I battle shit. You know the vibe.
Sure, man. Cold shit, man. www.ibattletv.com. Tap the fuck in. We dropping battles on the regular. We keeping it stacked. But today, we're here for different reasons today. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of talk. My man Cityy Towers dropped I quote, pound for pound list. End quote. You know what I mean? So we want to get a little explanation behind it as much as you want to get into detail. But the first question, I just want to jump right into this because, like I said, ever since you dropped your top 10, then other people have been disagreeing with your list and dropping their own top 10s. And everything is, some of them are similar. Like the top 5s kind of fluctuated in between 1 and 5, but everything's been a little different for the most part. But first and foremost, explain to everybody who may not understand, like myself, like in battle rap terms, what are you considering a pound for pound? Like, is it based on the best punches? Is it based on like promo and everything? Is it all a mix of everything? Like, what are you basing your pound for pound?
So when you look at the definition of pound for pound, especially, and I'm a boxing aficionado. I watch all the boxing matches. Gotcha. I'm not really big on UFC, but they do pound for pound as well. When you look at pound for pound, what pound for pound means is on a grand scale, all things considered, with no filter or no adjustments. If everybody could fight each other, how would you stack up? That's what pound for pound means. So you got a heavyweight boxer, you got a lightweight boxer. They're 50, 60, 70 pounds apart. They can never fight each other. So it's hard to rank them amongst each other. So when you filter out, the people that have, in Kenny's term, made it, I don't think anybody's made it in battle rap, but if the people that, the me's, the XLs, the chillers, when you filter out people that battle more predominantly outside of the culture here in New England, and you put in a pool the most active people in X amount of time, who would be who in stack rate is the idea of pound for pound, right? Okay. So the most important part here is that New England doesn't have a ceiling. There's no ceiling in New England. You battle, let's talk about XL versus A-Ward. Okay. XL beat A-Ward incredibly clear.
For sure.
Where do, as a culture in New England, not as battle rap, but in New England, how did that help it? It did not.
You're a little choppy. I ain't gonna lie. You're a little choppy, my brother.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
You were just like a little in and out.
XL beat A-Ward. Where did that position him in the full battle rap culture? Completely. It didn't do anything for XL. When I beat Thesaurus, it didn't do anything for Cityy Towers, right? Mm-hmm. It maybe locally, people that fuck with you will be like, "Oh man, that's my boy, and I'm happy he won."
Yeah.
Right. But that doesn't do anything for your branding, right?
So
my idea is to try my best to assist battlers in their branding on paper. And the only way you can do that is by creating a ceiling. If you don't have a ceiling, then nobody can get no credit. You could have a nigga like, Saint. Right now, Saint is saying, "Oh, my shit dropped with Liquid. I feel like I beat Liquid." So having Saint in all his path and then having Liquid on my list, you have Saint now saying, "Okay, well, I feel like I beat this nigga on this list. I don't care if it was judged win or lost. I feel like I beat this nigga. I feel like I can stand with this nigga." Right? So now
I believe you can.
That gives a motivation. Hey, get it out. That gives a motivation for someone like Saint to want to be mentioned on said list. You see what I'm saying? So that's creating a ceiling. Now it's all opinion, which is why I don't explain why I got to my 10. I'm not going to explain that. There's no value in a pound for pound list if the people aren't talking about it. If I'm explaining my pound for pound list, then it becomes an opinion.
So you're not willing to explain like why they're numbered, or at least can you explain why you chose them?
I can give you my criteria, which I also did on the original post. Right? I also talked about impact. I talked about a whole bunch of different things on my initial post, right? Mm-hmm. But either way, that holds no bearing. when you have other people saying I completely disagree or I agree, you know what? Let me tell you the funniest part. If you look at most of the lists, the other people's list,
Yeah.
6 of my picks was on that list. So you telling me I got 60% of the list right and y'all crybaby in about 40? That's the whole point of the list.
I feel you.
You see, the whole point of the list is to agree and disagree. The whole point of the list is to have the outside people say, "Yo, what about D White?"
Mm-hmm. Nah,
Right?
for
That's
sure, for
that's
sure.
the that,
Yeah.
now
I
that
got you. I
now
got you. I
now
see what
you
you're saying.
now you start getting a picture. Now you start creating a ceiling because if everybody disagrees and says, "Yo, D White needs to be on that list," then now we need to reevaluate how much we're appreciating or depreciating certain people's value. You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
I'm not gonna get it right. I'm not gonna get it right. I'm just gonna create a ceiling. I didn't plan on getting it right.
So, can I ask you this: are any of your picks based on like your actual preference of just like enjoyment of battle rap as a fan? Like, are you just picking it because like I like seeing this guy live, and this guy not so much. I like him too, but this guy's better like the performer. Like, does that have to do with anything?
First of all, it's impossible to not factor that in because you're human. Okay. So it's now, to the best of my ability, I tried not to factor that in. Right? There's certain battle rappers in New England, and I won't necessarily name them because niggas will hold you to everything in the fucking world in this dumbass culture. But there's certain niggas I fuck with heavy, and I'm like, man, I really like this person's style, or they give me shades of myself or shades of what I appreciate in a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you're going to have your biases, but I, to the best of my ability, I set aside my biases and try to look at certain factors in certain performances. Not only just, like, let me give you a good example. Ant Keith is on my list.
For sure. Shout out to Ant Keith and all his 10 pages. That's my dog.
I put Ant Keith on that list, and this is my 10th slot. So when I put Ant Keith on that list, I was well aware people weren't going to receive that very well. Because Ant Keith is the type of battle rapper, from my opinion, that could be anywhere from 17 to 10. Right? Gotcha. There's tons of people in between that you can filter out and say, let me give you a good example. Gutter wasn't on my list.
Gotcha. There's so many people that coulda, woulda, shoulda, like people that deserve to be on a list or whatever, or can go toe to toe with some of these guys on this list.
Absolutely. But listen, now if you talk about if Gutter and stand in front of each other and battle each other, what's the expected result? Most people, in my opinion, would say Gutter would win, right? Mm-hmm. But how many battles has Gutter had consistently back to back?
Yeah, he's been taking little breaks, I guess. I mean, I'll have to really go back and look into the drawing board. But
how many battles has Ant Keith had consistently back to back?
I don't think he's had a. When is his last battle? 3SK.
Consistently back to back.
And what do you consider back to back? Like month to month, every other month, or
consistently back to back for a period of time?
I think they've both been taking breaks.
How many times do you see Ant Keith at an event he don't battle at?
All the time.
How many times I'm factoring in this culture.
Gotcha.
In what we call this culture in New England, who are the pound for pound best of this culture. Gotcha. So it's not about just being a battle rapper. It's not about being the best puncher. If I'm gonna tell you who the best punchers are, that list will be completely different.
Okay.
If I tell you who has the best flows, in my opinion, that list will be completely different. If I tell you who has the best performance,
also would be completely different.
It would be a lot different. Maybe not completely, but a lot different. This is a pound for pound list. We're factoring in performance, impact, moments, momentum, consistency, heart, who they're willing to battle. You got niggas that's not willing to battle anybody. How am I going to put you on a top 10 list when you don't want to battle people? You think you're too good for people. You've done nothing. You don't got view count. You don't got big names. You don't put money down to invest in yourself and your craft. You don't promo. You have nothing to offer. You don't bring fans in. You don't give nothing. You just rap good. I'm supposed to put you on the top 10 because you rap. This is not the top 10 rap good list.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's top 10 pound for pound for New England who can push the culture forward and who's been consistently putting in the effort to do so. That's why Dre Lights ain't on my list. If this was a top 10 lyricists in New England in the last 4 or 5 years, Of course, Dre Lights is on the list.
Okay.
But I don't see Dre Lights unless he's on a card. I don't see Dre Lights sharing a post. I don't see Dre. I don't see that.
Yeah, he's never right. He's not as active on social media. I know. I knew that when I was trying to book him. I figured that out.
You see what I'm saying? He's not in the culture as much as other people are in the culture. And mind you, that's not the only factor, but that's what I factored
that
in.
Also, so you're saying it's just a generally all around based opinion of list. Gotcha.
In New England, in the culture, in moving the culture forward as a battler, where do you stand in my opinion? You see what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm not expecting everyone to agree. I'm actually expecting everyone to disagree. The next post I posted after the list was the list is doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because it's supposed to create conversation. It's supposed to create a feeling. It's supposed to have people in their feelings. It's supposed to have people want to come out and say, all right, you know what? I'm going to be on that fucking list. I'm going to shit on that list. I'm going to be number one on that list and say, fuck the list. That's the whole point. It's to create the conversation. You know what I mean? The bigger problem here is people don't want a ceiling because a lot of the people that are in New England can't make it to the top of that ceiling. So it benefits them to not have a ceiling. It benefits them to make it a joke. It benefits them to say, y'all putting y'all friends on the list.
Yeah. Because you think they're just saying it just to get in some type of conversation around the list because they're not honest, just to have a little more relevance, I guess.
Bro, listen, let me tell you something. If y'all niggas cared about the culture so much, then why don't you do something to push it forward? This is my list. Y'all making lists. Y'all doing all y'all doing follower shit. Y'all not doing leader shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you mad at my list, then why the fuck would you make one?
Not for sure.
Why would you make a list if you mad at my list? That's dumb. That don't make any sense. If you disagree with my list and you make a list, then that pushes the culture forward. That says, okay, let me do my opinion. Let me factor in other people's opinions. Let me learn more about the culture. Maybe I'm not educated enough on a Liquid H2O. You can't go to Verse Tracker and watch Liquid H2O battles. He has like 4 battles. I do my research, bro. I know what I'm talking about. So all that
I've been in the building for a lot of his battles for sure.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. So all that other shit's stupid to me. It's childish. You can't go to Verse Tracker to watch Liquid H2O. He has like 3 or 4 battles on it. You have to know who he has battled. Or you have to go through the lists of each league.
You have to be deep in the trenches of New England. You have to be deep. Like I feel like we're so tapped in the New England culture, it's ridiculous. And like
you got a lot of people that can't quote people's bars. You got a lot of people that haven't been in this shit for 10, 12 years sitting here saying stupid shit like, I don't agree. Bro, if you don't agree, have an educated opinion.
For real, did you say I don't agree? This is bullshit. Start making all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Just give like you said, give an educated opinion why you don't agree. Maybe go live, have a discussion. Sometimes talking get like debates. Debates need to be happening too, like actual debates. Like say I know like you and Esther will probably be a super heated debate, but maybe some more level-headed debates. You know what I'm saying? Where people are actually like getting actual points across and actually, you know what I mean, having a real conversation, like not without no animosity behind it, but you can disagree and still have a conversof You know what I mean?
I don't want to talk to that nigga unless it's in person. Period.
No, for sure.
Nothing else about that. But
yeah, I got you.
The fact of the matter is, if you're not trying to push the culture forward, then you're holding it back. Period. So if you want to create your own ceiling, if you want to have a better conversation that I'm creating, that's a beautiful thing. Go right ahead. I don't fucking care. That shit has nothing to do with me. My point is, when you have one person, in this case it's me, it could be anybody, but when you have one person that's doing something to push people forward, and you have anybody else saying this is that is this, creating their own lists, bro, don't give me follower ass energy, bro. Give me leader energy. Why don't you do some shit to push the culture forward instead of sitting here worrying about what I'm doing? If you don't like it, then don't watch it, nigga. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to participate in the conversation. But you see everybody else participating, and now you all participate. That's follower energy. I don't worry about that shit. That's to the side. What I want to do is create for the people that are coming after me. See what I'm saying? I've laid groundwork. There's plenty of us that have laid groundwork in. Cityy Towers, as much I love myself, and I think I'm the greatest rapper that's ever wrote a rap in his life. Everybody should feel that way. But at the end of the day, what's more important to me is the people that don't have a voice, is the people that are the newer generation. This is why I Battle is so near and dear to me in the transition that it made from the old school I Battle to the new I Battle. What we do is we look to help the people ahead of us, because there's gonna be a day where we're not here no more. There's gonna be a day where we're not relevant no more, right? So those people are gonna have to carry that torch. So in New England, as I've seen this whole time I've been here, the only thing niggas do is say, "No, I'm the best," or "No, or my friend is the best."
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's put this shit on a fucking piece of paper. Let's create a conversation. Let's have New England as a culture agree and disagree until we find some kind of consensus. Let's keep that shit on paper and let's battle each other until we find a way to push this shit fucking forward. And that's the point of the pound for pound.
Man, I feel like you said, that the list was really doing what you wanted it to do. Like, it sparked a bunch of conversations, you know what I mean? And now, like you said, people are going to want to get on that list, you know what I mean? So that's another thing for them to, like, look forward to fight for, you know what I mean? It gives them a little...
Absolutely. You know, and what's coming, you know, we months away from it, because this is just the inception of it. This is just the first month. So piece by piece, we're going to kind of like step the incentives up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna create a certain thing like a belt, you know, like the pound for pound top list belt that gets moved back and forth, continue on who has it, prizes, things like that.
Yeah, so you don't want to give us any detail on like why you picked and all that for your top 10. But what I want to ask you is, can you give us live right here a top 10 honorary mention for pound? Is that even possible? Or maybe a five honorary?
Yeah, I can't necessarily give you a top 10, but I can tell you a couple people that I considered.
Yeah.
I considered D White. I considered Gutta. I considered Saint. It's kind of unfair to consider one or the other brother, and it's also unfair to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they brothers, yeah, they twins, but they're different.
Why did you choose Doe over Saint? If you want to get into that a little bit,
because I felt like Liquid beat Saint.
Okay.
I felt like that was the determining factor. I don't know if I've watched Doe die. I don't know if that's ever happened.
He doesn't die.
I don't know if I watched him die.
I've seen him versus S die. He didn't die. He had a good battle. I'm not gonna say he won or lost. I have to run it back, to be honest. That was a grip ago. I was in the building.
I thought S dot won that battle, but not to say Saint died to Liquid, but I thought it was a clear loss. You know what I mean? But neither here nor there. I factored in a lot of different things. Like I said, I factored in a lot of different things. I factored in quality of opponent. I factored in how prepared was your opponent when you battled them. Like, you get a body, but this nigga didn't have good material. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a good example. When I battled Pressure, that's why I really, really, really want to redo the Pressure battle, bro. Like, so much, and not for me, for Pressure. Because he had great rounds, but they didn't give him the significance of how good they were because of my poor performance. That's unfair to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it simply is.
Well, so I can't see the comments for some reason, so I'm looking on my phone and seeing there's a few comments on there. We're gonna but continue. My bad.
Yeah, no, you good. I can't see comments. But like I said, man, I factored in a lot of different pieces when I put the list together, and I'm gonna continue to factor in a lot of different pieces. And also, like I said, the list is gonna vastly change because now we're going month to month. Mm-hmm. You know, especially in this month where like not a lot has happened this month. So, you know,
I got this month. Don't worry, I got this month this Saturday. Don't worry, we go that it's a movie. It's a movie at CT. We're gonna get to that at the end of this live. Though.
I'm gonna be app gang, of course.
For sure.
I have to be. Which I am either way, but you know, I'm gonna have to be. But you know, Pens Over Politics really kind of threw off the landscape of how I was gonna do my list because that card was gonna be important.
I know, exactly, especially that Just Cuz and Vic Wallace are in the top 5 fighting for the number 2 spot because CJ is holding that one strong on everybody's list right now. And, you know what I mean? Shout out to CJA. He's battling King Jables next.
Bro.
And I talk to him very often. And he's telling me he got some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like he's telling me he's going crazy.
A lot of people upset, like, oh, he's not even from New England. Look, let me tell you something. He battles here consistently. This is his home.
Of course.
In battle in no coast and I battle. This is where he battles more consistently than anywhere else. And he's arguably undefeated with high level opponents this year. The only one, there's no debate about any of his battles except against me. That's not me.
For sure.
It's just a fact. Like, nobody there's a little bit of an argument against Mike P, but like 67 to 78% of people says he beat Mike P clearly. You know what I'm saying? Like
that might be battle, bro. That's like, man, that's history to me, man. Like
a good margin of people
that's a
got him
fucking battle.
You know what I'm saying? Like a very fucking good margin of people got him beating Mike P. The only arguments are against me. So think about, like, quantify how important that is, especially in New England. Like, think about, let me give you another factor. Who on any list are you going to just throw at CJA and say that they can clearly beat him? That's how you factor a list.
I don't even think nobody can. I don't think anybody can really beat him clearly. You know what I'm saying? Not at this level today. Like today, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so against T Dubba, they debated me saying he lost, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, it wasn't his best performance, but after that, he has not missed a fucking beat. I mean, I don't know if he didn't take him serious. He had a long run of battles or whatever the excuse is.
As a human being, I love T Dubba, absolutely. You can't, like, that's like saying Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. So you put Buster Douglas on the top 10 all-time list?
Man, no, I feel you. Yo, daddy, why you doing like that?
We talk pound for pound.
I got you.
Like, nigga,
and honestly, T Dubba, I feel like if people didn't duck him, he might have been able to make this list. It's because he doesn't battle as often. You know what I'm saying? But when he battles, he wins. You know what I'm saying? But he's just not as consistent because people keep fucking ducking him. So shout out to T Dubba.
They call Muhammad Ali the greatest of all time, and he got 5 losses. Manny Pacquiao is considered one of the greatest of all time. He got 7 losses. This is pound for pound. It's not about only win and loss. Yes, of course, win and loss matters when you're factoring in, but that's not the only thing that matters here. Like, you can't say, like, oh, I beat this person and he's on the list, so now I deserve to be on the list.
Word. Yeah, so we'll run through some of these comments just because I know there's a bunch of people there. Josh Prof Beats Latore says, only list I mess with is Cityy because he's been out. It's Cityy been outside New England and got hand on the pulse of the culture. Okay. And then DY said, what the word, Skaz? He been waiting on this list. List convincing for him. What does heart mean? Oh, CJ had a question. What does heart mean? I know people are asking.
So the first thing is, how willing are you to battle every single and any single person? And that's a difficult thing to measure because yes, I understand that some things don't make sense for people. I do get that. But I feel like in this region, a lot of times niggas use that as a crutch. Like, I'm not gonna battle you. I'm not gonna battle you. Like, who you battled? Like, bro, like at a certain point, you're gonna have to put yourself out there. Like, if you're not getting these big plates, it's for some kind of a reason, bro. Nobody's hating on you. Like, that's just not happening, my nigga. Like, take that shit out your brain. It's not happening. So if you're not getting the plates, then it's probably because you're not marketing yourself. You're not getting the views. You're not entertaining enough. You could be talented and not entertaining. There's tons of people like that.
Yeah, man. This game is different now, man. You have to, like, it ain't just rap now. You gotta come in with all the factors in order to, like, really get traction. Like, the traction that you're gonna need to make get these big names on these big stages.
You don't brand yourself well, or you don't, like, whatever it is that may happen, you might not be getting these plates for this reason. So if you smart, then what you, like, as if it's boxing, you got to be worried about knocking every fucking person out that stands in front of you so that they can't help but recognize you, right? So when you having a battle and you're not motivated and you're battling Tommy Two Shoes and you do halfway decent and you like, well, they not giving me place. Well, nigga, you're going to have to brand yourself better. You're going to have to be more entertaining. You're going to have whatever, adjust yourself. You can't fucking fix the game, nigga, fix yourself. So when I say heart, I mean ability to step outside of your own fucking pride and go do what you have to do to build your name. That's heart to me. Go battle somebody that nobody wants to battle. That niggas is scared and they duck.
Like T Dubba.
Like the T Dubba.
Go CJA went in there, you know what I mean? With toe-to-toe.
Go call T Dubba. Go do whatever it is that's gonna build your name and your brand and show that you got some fucking heart. Instead of sitting here and hoping to God you get a CJA plate or calling Kenny like I need this, like that's what I mean by heart.
Yeah, CJ ain't taking like any plate right now. He's getting big plates right now. The only person who wants to battle in New England right now is Caswell. For this year. Next year can be different. But if you're searching for a CJA plate, you gotta wait till next year. See what's up.
Caswell's been doing a hell of a job. His greedy grind battle wasn't really great. On many different levels. But Caswell's been doing a hell of a job. I think he's been doing a hell of a job for a long time. Consistency helped a lot with his ranking. He doesn't really have a bad performance, bro.
No. I always pay attention to Caswell's lyrics, bro. Like he definitely, he definitely deserves to be on that list. He's fire, man.
Bro, I'll tell you right now.
He's crazy.
If we was factoring only lyrics, he wouldn't be in my top 10.
Gotcha.
Only lyrics, like ability to write raps, he wouldn't be in my top 10. No shade to Caswell, he's a good writer, but I feel like there's more than 10 people in New England that can outright him. But full package, outdo what Caswell does. Come on, bro. Name me 10 niggas right now. You can't do it. You can't full package name me 10 niggas. You can't do it. You can't name me 5. Gotcha. And the thing is, bro, most of the list that was put together, at least 6 of the names on the list matched mine. 5, 6 of the names on the list. So you got niggas sitting here saying this list is bullshit. This is corny. You only adding your friends in, but most people consensus have 5 of the niggas on the list.
Nah, for sure. Let me see. He lost to T Dubba, Kenny Black. D White said, "Good looking on the mention, City Towers. I needed the kick, to be honest." See, so you're pushing just like you're saying, just like D White. You know what I'm saying? I'll repeat it.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you all the flowers in the world to D White, because I feel like every single person, D White took this list the best way. I wish everybody could take it the way he took it. I really do. And all the posts I see him post, I'm in Facebook jail right now, so I can't reply to anything. But all the posts I've seen him post, the explanations he's had, the disagreements he's had, everything he said in the most just like precise, accurate, honest way.
Yeah.
And all flowers to him, because I wish everybody could take it that way instead of being crybabies. A lot of crybabies.
Nah, I feel you, man. Like I said, people just like to troll. Like, you gave them a reason to troll and get some attention, so whatever, and that's cool. The game needs that because it's entertaining. I'm always paying attention. I enjoy the entertainment.
You know what it is? Niggas won't talk to me like that in real life, bro.
No, I feel hold on. Face to face, bro. It's different. That's online trolling shit.
That's
for the viewers. That's for the Facebook shit and social media. Because in the building, everybody shows love. You know what I mean? That's just real smoke, which it never really is. It's battle rap shit. But you know what time it is, man. How we get down. Niggas ain't playing that. But anyways, man. So look, we're going. I'm gonna just name you a list real quick, even though you see it on the screen. So CJA number 1. Number 2, we got Just Cuz, CT. Number 3, Caswell. Number 4, Vic Wallace. Number 5, Just DJ.
Yeah.
Number 6, Riz Rosano.
Yep.
Shout out Riz.
Number
7, Hoodie Kruger.
Mind you, both of them, Riz and Hoodie, are 2 niggas that do not get the flowers they deserve.
They fired, man. They 2 in the top, man. You know what I mean? Like, they in the top for sure. They deserve their spots. Number 8, after Hoodie, we got Doe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Doe. Number 9, we got Liquid H2O. You know what I mean? And then 10, Aunt Keith. And it's 10 pages. So that's what we're doing. So that's City Towers, New England Battle Rap pound for pound list. I mean, it's going down, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's the first month that he had dropped the list, and it's already been going crazy. Everybody's dropping their list now, trying to rebuttal his list. And I mean, so we're sparking a lot of conversations. A lot of battle rappers are getting more active now. So basically, we're about to see who really steps up after this, and then maybe we'll circle back, spin a block on this conversation after a few battles go down, after a few events, and see if anything shifted.
I can only hope that people cry less and pick their pen up more.
For sure, I feel that.
That's all I can hope for. Y'all niggas stop crying, stop writing love letters, and start writing raps, man.
For sure, man. All right, so real quick, man, before we take off, man, you already know this weekend we got Defying 7. It's going down. You know what I mean? I want to get into a quick prediction, man. You're not on the card. You know what I mean? You're not going to be there, so you're going to give us your predictions real quick before we're going to end it with that. I mean, because you already know it's event week. We got to get into it. We got to get into it.
Of course,
man. Everybody make sure you go to iBattleTV.com or download the app to make sure to catch all the action. And this is the card right here, man. So we're just going to run through this card real quick. And, you know what I mean? We're just going to get into some quick predictions with City Towers. So I like starting. We start from the top, man. You know what I mean? CJA King Jables, man. Let's start from the top. We do things different over here. It's upside down world here. Oh,
Okay.
all right. I bet. You know, it's up to you, man. I'll let you choose.
If you like it, I love it. It's your show. I'm only about to debate.
Yeah. We doing different here, man.
Right.
CJA versus King Jables, main event. You know what I mean? Let's get right into it.
So that's a wild battle to call. I think that it's gonna be close, but I think that CJA gonna squeak by him, man. And I can't even call the rounds. It might be a gentleman's, man. It might be what. I love Jables to death, man, and he's proved me wrong plenty of times. His Dunch battle was absolutely elite, completely different bag he stepped in.
Yeah, that's an amazing battle. I have to that one again. That's something you watch like 10 times in a year.
A completely different bag he stepped in. Very surprising performance from King Jables. I wouldn't be hard pressed to believe that he could pull it off again and be, creative and witty and be able to. I just think that CJA is a master of creating moments. He's getting better and better at creating those moments. I think he learned a lot from our battle as far as name flipping, and it's also difficult to flip Jables. Right, so you're gonna have to rely on the word king, and I think he's gonna step into a little bit of a different sharpness that we haven't necessarily seen from him, a different kind of like maturity in his writing. I think he's really gonna step into that. I think he wants to really bad, and I don't know if Jables wants to do that against CJ. So I think he's gonna speak by him.
No, I agree. I agree with most of that, man. I feel like Jables could come off with possibly a round because I know he's gonna change. I think he's gonna change up for this battle a little bit.
Jables will win any of these rounds. He can win every one. He's a great writer. He's incredible. I got all love in the world for Jables. I don't count him out for anything. I wouldn't be surprised if he won this shit clearly. I think that CJA is gonna be able to squeak by at least 2 of the rounds.
Word. So we're gonna get into the first co-main event. Def the Kid versus Elijah Straight. Shout out to Elijah Straight for taking this battle on 2 weeks' notice. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a 1-rounder now. So yeah, man, Def the Kid versus Elijah Straight. It was gonna be Kid Slade. Shout out to Kid Slade. URL called him. We gonna spin the block with Kid Slade. Don't worry about that. We got you.
I think this battle has so much to do with how Elijah Straight approaches it more than anything in the world. Like I think if Elijah Straight on 2 weeks' notice is very, very, very focused and is in his bag, I think he'll win this quite clearly. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Def is gonna I don't think anybody questions that Def is gonna be prepared beyond fucking belief.
Of course.
I don't think anybody questions that. I think Def is gonna be so in his bag, so prepared, so ready, adjusted, taking the material he already had, twisting it. I think he's gonna be so deep in his bag that if Elijah don't come at 100%, it's gonna be a long night for him. Because I also think as much praise as Def has already been getting, I think everybody's still kind of sleeping on him.
No, they're definitely sleeping on him, man. Well, the right people are not sleeping on him, I should say, because obviously RBE, he's already getting RBE plates. He's part of the roster. He's iBattle RBE officially, you know what I mean? So shout out to Def the Kid. You know what I mean? Congratulations on that. You know what I mean? And this is a real big step for him. This is the big step for him, you know what I mean?
I'm thinking all things considered, I think Def's gonna win. All things considered, best way I can say it is if both of them at 100, I give it to Elijah, but I don't think it's gonna be both of them at 100. I think it's gonna be Def the Kid at 110 and Elijah at 85, and I think Def's gonna come away with that win.
Okay. Yeah. Def is definitely ain't playing. You already know, man. Elijah Straight, I don't expect him to come playing any games either. So we got the next one, the other co-main event, the third battle, Knox versus Mac the Captain, man. I'm excited for this one. These are both of their New England debuts. Neither of them have ever battled in New England. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited for this one. What do you got to say about that one?
When Knox battles somebody that takes him out of his pocket, he loses the battle.
Sorry.
It's been with Homeschool. It's been with me, and I choked terribly. Anytime he's taken out of his own element, out of his field, he loses the battle. And I think Mac is going to take him out of his field. I got Mac with this.
That's crazy. I know Mac ain't about to play. I talked to him a little bit and shit. I mean, you know what I mean? He got a little chip on his shoulder, so he's coming to fuck some shit up.
Shows that I wouldn't be mad if I was wrong about. Knox can beat Mac. Very, very much. That shit could happen any day of the week. What's good, bro? Any day of the week, Mac could beat Knox and Knox could beat Mac, bro. Any day of the week. That's my brother.
Salute to Cityy Towers too.
Either way, bro, it's hard to call. I hope Mac comes how I expect him to, and I hope Knox doesn't come how I expect him to, because it'll be a more intense battle. But I think Knox is gonna I think he's gonna have to show people that he's different, bro.
Yeah, the one thing I like about this battle for Knox is that he's never battled outside of Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time he's even leaving. Like, never mind his New England debut. This is his leaving New York debut. I don't quote that. I don't know. I think he may have had one battle, but I do believe it was in New York. I don't think he's battled in New England.
He had a hitless battle.
Yeah, hitless battle in New England.
I think it was in Brooklyn.
I bet. Yeah. So he hasn't battled really outside of New York. So this is a debut. So I feel like he's gonna take that into consideration in his momentum. Like, this is the stepping out of his real comfort zone. He's in a different world now.
I really just hope he steps out of the bag that I'm used to seeing him in. It's a great bag to see him in, but it's battle rap, and you get still quick. You know what I'm saying? So, and Mac is nice, bro.
Mac is crazy. Yo, people sleeping on Mac the Captain, bro. If you watch his battle with Kate Venom that happened on iBattle in Chicago and shit, bro, that's battle of the year contender. Right now. It's one of the contenders.
Venom is another one, bro. I still think he beat Op, man. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, man. So it's all right. So the Mac the Captain, you say you got Mac. You know what I'm saying? Edging up on Knox. So now we got Skaz OG. Shout out to Skaz versus Academics.
Yeah. Skaz badly. It's Skaz by a margin, bro.
Word. So why you think Black Academics lost his shit? He's just not in the same.
No. Black Academics is Black Academics, bro. I've seen him have great performances. I've seen him have half decent performances. I don't think anybody quite the chip on Skaz's shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone quite understands it. And I think, hey, maybe I'm giving myself too much credit, but I think all these lists and how he wasn't really represented on these lists, a nigga like Skaz, bro, that shit matters to a nigga like Skaz. Not so much being on the list, but not being on it.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. He was active in the comments. Like I said, I can't see the comments here. I can watch him on my phone. I'm gonna be, answering them.
Blood. I think he wants to take it in blood, and I don't think Black Academics has the ability to take it in blood. I don't think he has that in him. So I think Skaz is gonna make a fucking example out of Black, man.
Yo, and Skaz just went crazy against Febo too, man. You know what I'm saying? He's coming off that crazy battle, bro. All 3 rounds were insane.
Incredible battle.
He didn't even miss a beat. He didn't stutter. He didn't fucking stumble, slip, nothing. Like, he was clean all 3 rounds.
Back, it was way better than live, and which is weird, but it was even so much better than live. That was a sleeper battle.
Word. For sure. All right, so now we got, and this is honestly, I think, besides CJ and Jay, this is one of my fucking most excited battles. So I'm excited to watch Satan Doe versus KP Stacks and Kid Kinsey. I saw KP Stacks and Kid Kinsey in the New York. I forgot which event it was on the iBattle app, but bro, they went crazy against some old school 2v2 cats and shit. I forget the names, man. I apologize, but yo, they are fire together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got they got good chemistry. They got crazy energy, crazy punching ability. So they're about to have a great battle against the twins, who are known as, the top 2v2 ever in New England. You know what I mean? Possibly in other places.
Hey, God bless, man. I got Satan Doe walking out there wilding. Hey, you've been in the room for Satan Doe rapping
multiple
together.
Multiple times.
It's just different, bro. Like, no shade to them, and I always hate to compare it, but no shade to them alone versus together. But when they together, it's just a different vibe, bro. Yeah, really is. They do so well together. Yeah. I'm never gonna bet against Satan Doe unless they were battling me and someone else. 2v2. Me and Lex, or me and Bangs, or me and Poe. Like, I'm never gonna go against them unless I'm on the team against them, bro. They're so good.
Bro, they be rebuttaling all everything. They cover all bases with the 2v2, bro. Their chemistry is unmatchable. Like, they're still. I've never seen chemistry as them. You're never gonna see it. It's impossible unless there's another twin battle. The closest chemistry I've seen was Killer B and what's his brother's name? I think dudes is from like NC.
Bro, I don't even care. It is not even about brothers, bro.
They're actually brothers too, the other guys. But yeah, they're twins. That chemistry, that twin chemistry is just insane. especially how they bring that shit to the table in battle rap.
They do a hell of a job, man. Like it really is. It's dope. Like their type of quality cadence is like you could hear it and not see it. It could be audio, and you would still feel the energy. The cadence that they keep together. I'm not gonna bet against them, bro. I got Saint Ayoooooo win that clearly.
Word. All right, this one, King Brook versus Sixo. This one's gonna be pretty crazy. This will be a high intensity, high rapid punch type battle because these guys got that type of style.
I just like, man, I don't know, bro. It depends on which 6-0 we get, man. It depends on which 6-0. To me, that battle.
I honestly feel this is a new 6-0 too. The way he's been talking, just the energy that I hear him, you know what I'm saying, just off listening to him in these spaces, and this how he's coming, seeing where his head's at. I think he has a chip on his shoulder as well, and he's about to really like try to come for blood, prove a point.
Like really like sits on that performance he had, this last performance, and he really like says like, yo, I'm gonna show everybody that that's not who I am. It might be a long. It depends on 6-0, man. I'm not gonna call that battle. That's gonna be either way. That's a 3.
Yeah, 3 rounds.
That's
all
gonna
3.
be.
Everything is 3 rounds on this battle except for Def the Kid and Elijah Strait. You know we do 3 rounds.
It depends on which 6-0 comes to play, man. If 6-0 comes in his bag and what we know he's capable of, I think he will win this. He'll win every single round.
Word, man. And then the last battle, because the preliminary battles will basically go on off names because these are new battlers. So the last battle we're just gonna go over is Kappa Gamma versus Cool Peoples. So Kappa Gamma coming off that breezy battle that everybody wasn't really feeling. You know what I'm saying? Then Cool Peoples is coming off a good battle.
Cool. Kappa Gamma also had an incredible performance against Pressure, and people forget that happened. He had a wildly good performance against.
Yeah, he did. It happened in Lawtown.
Cheering, he did. His thing. Cool Peoples, he's had some bad performances. In my opinion, I mean, I think you can agree. He's had some bad performances.
No, yeah, I think he slipped up a couple times and shit.
But even aside from the slip-ups, he's had some bad performances. He's a really good writer. I'm gonna give it a Kappa. It's probably gonna be a 21.
Okay.
I think Kappa learned a lot from his last battle too. I'm gonna give it a Kappa 21.
Okay. Well, that's it. That's what we're gonna go through. Like we have 2 preliminary battles: K Lane and Castro Crimes versus Sun, and then Sun Hostility versus Temiscan. Can't even pronounce it. It's a weird name.
Hey, there's a turtleneck nigga on this card. No.
Who's a turtleneck guy?
No, that might be a different card.
Nah. Ain't nobody named Turtleneck on here. It's a guy named Temiscan. Instead of Genghis Khan, I think it's Temiscan. Some shit like that.
God bless. Shout out to everybody, on the preliminaries, man. Show out. Everybody's gonna be watching. I'm gonna be tuned in early. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I watch the entire card. And I think the last thing I'm gonna tell you is I think that battle of the night is gonna be the main event. And I think performance of the night is gonna be Def.
Okay. On a 1-rounder, huh? Everything he's the only one that got a 1-rounder.
I think he really wants it, bro.
I think we're gonna let him go for like a whole 5-piece. So
I think he really wants it. I think he does, especially with the RBE thing going on, and like I don't think he's the type of person that gets affected by like who his opponent is necessarily. He just really
and you don't want to take a home loss just getting on RBE. That's like getting on Smack or some shit. You know what I mean? So it's like you just made it to Smack and you're taking losses at home. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be the big dog. You know what I mean? So he got to come with that mentality too.
I think he's definitely gonna go in there in his bag, man. He's a great writer. He's getting better in his pockets. When he first came out, he was kind of like really good flow patterns and really good writing with not too many moments or not too much energy. And he's really, really starting to get comfortable in his own energy and be able to translate it well, like really well. Like he's the notches above that he's taken each battle. It's a margin. It's like CJA. Like you see the elevation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I really think he's gonna come in his bag. I think he's gonna have performance of the night.
Word, man. Well, there you have it, man. That was Sesh with some beat with Cityy Towers, man. We went through his pound for pound list, top 10 of New England. Yeah, man, he did his predictions for Defiant 7 going down this Saturday in Waterbury, Connecticut.
I battle.
Make sure you tap the fuck in, man. Big eye battle shit, man. We're going to let him give you his outro, man, and let him know what you want to tell the people before we take off, man.
Hey, yo, C-Boy Rec Up, Kid Fly Girls Love Me, at Cityy Towers, 2 Ys. Unfollow me on all social media. And I'm going to tell you one last thing, man. OG I battle slogan. If you don't know where this is from, then that's on you. Do your homework. If you don't like me, fight me, nigga. You already know the vibes, nigga. Cold shit.
There you go, man. That's Cityy Towers right there, man. You heard him. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Thank y'all very much. But like I said, man, CJA versus King Jables, man. Def the Kid versus Elijah Straight. Knox versus Mac the Captain. Skies OG versus Black Academic. Satan Doe versus KP Stacks and Kid Kinsey. King Brook versus 6-0. Kappa Gamma versus Cool Peoples. In the preliminaries, we got K-Lane versus Castro Crimes. Sun Hostility versus Tenghis Khan. And, yo, let's get it popping, man. It's your boy, Sucker Free Son B, the Metahuman Martian. Man, and we here in the building for the culture, iBattleTV.com. Let's go, man.